If you've been handling your own bookkeeping in Xero, chances are you might be skipping this step because it's a new feature in Xero called Reconcile Period. If you've ever worked in QuickBooks Online, you'll know, maybe, that there's a feature after you match all your bank feeds where you reconcile the bank account by checking everything off. This will happen automatically if everything has been fed through the bank feeds and categorized properly. The same thing works in Xero. So in today's video, I'm going to show you this new feature called Reconcile Period in Xero. Make sure you don't skip this step because this is what ensures all of the transactions from your bank have made it into Xero and been categorized. Sometimes bank feeds break, sometimes things happen, so this is the final step, ensuring that you've gotten everything in. If you're new here, I'm Serena. I run an accounting firm called Of Course Financial, and we help online entrepreneurs, creators, and e-commerce sellers manage their finances through our favorite software called Xero. And in today's video, let's dive into that new feature. In this video, I'm going to show you how to completely reconcile your bank account. At this point, we've already categorized and matched everything in your bank feeds, or if you imported your bank statement, we've already done that. So right now we're on the home screen, and in order to reconcile the bank account, meaning we're verifying everything that we've recorded in our bookkeeping system with what's on the actual bank statement, I need you to pull up a PDF copy or a paper copy if you get those in the mail. I want you to pull up a copy of your actual month-end bank statement. So whatever recent month you have on hand. For this example, I'm going to be reconciling July and August. And so on another screen, I have my PDF bank statements up, and I'm not going to show that for the sake of this demonstration, but I will let you know what numbers you are going to need to pull from that. So you'll go into each bank account that you want to reconcile. So here on the dashboard, you can click the three dots next to the bank and click on Reconcile Account. And as you can see, it says we have categorized everything. It says everything is reconciled, but there is one more step that we want to do, and that is to come here to Reconcile Period. And for this account, I've already reconciled July, so I'm going to demonstrate August. As you can see, every month that you have already reconciled will be here in Reconcile Period. So we're going to click Create Period for the next period that we're going to do. It should default to, move myself over here. It should default to the beginning date range should be defaulting to the last time you closed it. Doesn't quite look like it in this example. So I'm going to manually do this myself. I'm going to choose August 1st through August 31st. Now, this date range, you want to make sure you're verifying that against your actual PDF bank statement, especially if you're reconciling a credit card. Most credit cards don't have a clean month-end cutoff, meaning they cut off their bank statements maybe on the 12th or the 15th, sometime mid-month usually. So make sure you're looking at that statement closing date and putting that date range in here. So for this example, it is a full actual calendar month. My opening bank statement balance, I'm pulling off of my bank statement. So if you have your PDF statement open, you can usually just copy and paste from your PDF. So I'm doing that right now. All right. Then we're going to click Start Reconcile Period, and it's going to pull up everything that was checked off during that reconciliation period. Now, this is a really good example, and this might be something that we have to go back and do because as you can see, there's transactions from July and August, but what I really only care about is August. So that tells me that the last reconciliation period was incorrect. So I'm going to exit this draft. I'm going to go back into this draft, June through July. Oh, that's why. I was thinking that was July 1st through July 31st. This was technically just the July period. So we're going to actually create the July period as well. So that's going to be July 2nd through the 31st. And click Start Reconciling. Now, usually if everything's done perfectly in a perfect world, this should be a $0 balance. So we're going to pinpoint where the issue is. I'm going to verify that my opening balance is correct. My closing balance is correct. If your bank statement actually shows the number of payments and deposits, you can also verify that. So I'm going to look at that right now. And it looks like it does not give me that in a summary, but that 26 cents that it says it's off as is the amount of dividends or interest that this bank account earned. So I'm going to, and I think this was why I did the cutoff as of the first, because that didn't clear. So I'm going to edit the date range and I'm going to update it. Why isn't it letting me do that? August. It's not letting me update it because I've already created a period. So we've got to adjust this one too. Exit draft. And then we're going to continue this, edit, and update. So now the balances match. I was correct. That difference was that interest income right down here. And so now everything reconciles and we can close the period. Now we'll go ahead and do August. Those numbers are incorrect. Beginning balance and the ending balance. Now we're off 50 cents again because we need to edit that date range. And we are going to remove this September transaction because that one's going to show up on the actual September statement. Now our balances match, everything's green, and we can close the period. So as you can see, there was a little bit of troubleshooting, which is good. Hopefully I didn't breeze through that too quickly. If you are having difficulty reconciling this, this could be one of those things that could come up. If it is off by an amount that you can't pinpoint, then you may need to actually go through line by line, comparing each of these to the actual bank statement. So in this example, there's not very many transactions, so it would be really easy to pinpoint where that is. And this is a feature that we used to not have in Xero, but this is a feature that is in QuickBooks Online where you can actually tick and tie each line item. So they've made it a lot easier for us to find the discrepancies in a bank reconciliation. If you have any questions about how this works or you need extra support, make sure you come to my office hours, and the link for that is in our community and in the course portal where you're watching. Once you close the period, the last thing I want you to do is actually export the PDF. And this is something that when our clients work with us, this is how we keep records and keep track of what we've completed. And we actually keep these on file as an audit trail. So we're going to go ahead and export this as a PDF. And I want you to save this in the same file that you are saving your bank statement. Best practice is to create a file folder for each month of your bookkeeping so that everything is in one place and it's easy to find. That's how you reconcile your bank accounts in Xero. Here's an example of a credit card reconciliation. Keep in mind that your date range is probably going to be different than a full calendar month. So in this example, it's March 26th through April 24th. And so when you come here, you have your opening balance just like normal. These get auto-filled based on what happens in the reconciliation. And then the one thing I need you to remember on a credit card is you're going to enter this closing statement balance number as a negative. If you don't enter it as a negative, you're going to show a difference and you're going to be wondering what the heck the difference is when you go through each line item and it matches what's on the bank statement. So make sure you have that negative in there. On regular bank accounts, it should be positive if your bank balance is positive at the end of the month. Thanks for tuning in to this video. If you found it helpful or want to say hi, drop a comment below. If you're an online entrepreneur, creator, e-commerce seller, head over to ofcoursefinancial.com to see how we can help you with training or taking over your accounting and helping you have better visibility into your numbers. If you're a fellow bookkeeper and accountant, head over to ambitiousbookkeeper.com to see how I can help you start or grow your firm.